Okay, Rabotai, we are on live. Welcome to all. Chanukah Sameach. We are approaching Chanukah, as everybody knows it. I'm just going to give everyone a heads up now. Me and Richard were speaking about it right now. I was really thinking about it. If I'm going to be able to teach, Thursday it's impossible. I'm flying out Thursday afternoon. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's probably going to be like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning in Israel. So Richard said, I give you permission to take off a whole week. So we're gonna come back on B'ezrat Hashem, January 18th. We'll have class Wednesday, one more day tomorrow, and then we'll come back on.
January 18th?
Say it again? No.
December 18th.
December 18th. Thank you. Okay. Rabotai, we're gonna begin a few laws into halachot of Shabbat, and then we're gonna go into our ethical teachings. Now, the Chacham Ovadia, he's a very great rabbi. He says, when it comes to preparing for Shabbat, you have to be able to prepare for Shabbat to the best of your ability. Right? You have to be able to spend lavishly, like we spoke about it last time. Now, let's say a person cannot do it, whatever reason it might be, he cannot do it. Nevertheless, you should do something small. Why? There is a concept in Torah, whether you do a lot for God, whether you do a little bit for God, as long as your intention is for the sake of God, in Hashem's eyes it's equal. Now, I don't think you guys understand what I'm saying, Jugadik. I'm about to make it a little bit more real. On page 110, over there it says something very nice. It says over there, when we used to bring the sacrifices, now according to your pocket, that's how you have to bring the sacrifices. So a person who's rich, he has to bring a bull, right? Or a sheep. A person who's less fortunate has to bring, he has to bring a bird, a chicken. A person who's less fortunate, he has to bring flour. But now listen to this, Jigarik. Listen to this, guys, very carefully. In each one of them, it says, in each one of them, it says that the fire that came out from each one of them, Hashem took pleasure in each one of their fires. Now, guys, can I ask you guys a question? If you burn a sheep or a chicken or flour, is the smell the same?
No.
It's not the same. But over here, the Gemara teaches us that in Hashem's eyes, it was all the same smell. So you know what that comes to teach us? Over there, the Gemara says, it doesn't matter what you're bringing to Hashem. It's as long as you are doing it with all your heart and you're doing it for the sake of Hashem. I'm going to give you an example. You could have a person that he donated $100,000, correct? But then you could have a person that all he can donate is $1,000. In the eyes of Hashem, who do you think is bigger?
There is no, it's equal. A donation is a donation.
Yeah, Jack, you sure? I mean, you jumped on that.
I mean, I feel like, you can't be judged just because of amount of donation that you're doing. It's equal mitzvot to do a donation.
I'm not judging you. We're not judging. I'm asking you a question. In the eyes of God, who is greater, the one who gives more or the one who gives less?
Equal. If I had to answer, it would have to be equal.
It depends. Because
I think the one who gave
100,000,
Rabbi.
One gives less. Okay, what'd you say, Jigari?
It depends on your piggy bank.
No. So let's say
the guy with less.
Right. No.
Might feel it more than the other guy.
Right. So let's say like this, Richard. Let's say Mike. Let's say like this. A person makes $1 million a year, so he has to, let's say, give 10%, right? So which is 100,000. Another guy, whatever it is, he makes $10,000 a year. So we're gonna make him give 1,000, for example. Which one of them is bigger in the eyes of Hashem? I'm not asking you which one of them is bigger in the eyes of people. People always go after money. Wherever there's money, there's friends. I'm asking you right now, what does God think? The guy who gave 100,000 is greater in his eyes, or the guy who gave $1,000 is greater in his eyes? Which guy is greater? So Jack said it's equal. Mike said depends on your pocket. I mean, I think you're saying exactly like Jack because they're equal. Richard is saying the guy with the less fortune. Jigari, what do you want to say?
Well, it's not equal because even though the percentage there is the same, they're both giving 10%. The $1,000 to the guy who only makes 10,000 is a lot more meaningful than the guy who makes $1 million giving 100,000.
But I'm asking
Yeah,
you,
put it in perspective like that.
I'm asking you, Mike, in the eyes of God, Mike. No. In the eyes of
So,
God, who is?
Rabbi, wait, I just want to say something to you.
Go ahead.
So since we're all human beings, all of us on here have different priorities and different views and different importance. For the guy that gives 1,000 that only earns $10,000, Judaism and Hashem is a priority and a criteria, probably more than the guy that makes $1 million. I really feel that way. I don't think they're equal at all. I think the guy who gives that $1,000, if he only makes 10, he might have to cut back and eat chicken one day. He may have to not pay his electric bill one day. You never know what he does to feel that donation to the Hashem.
I hear what you're saying, Richard. You do have a solid point. I'll get to that point in a second. But the Gemara teaches us a lot of times we feel that the person that gives more is greater in the eyes of Hashem. So the Gemara says something very fascinating, and Rich, I'm going to touch upon what you wanted to say. It's very scary. If the guy that is giving 100,000, he's directing his heart towards God, and the guy that's giving $1,000, he's directing his heart towards God, Hashem says, I don't care whether you're doing a lot, because that's all you can do. That's how much you can do. Whether you're doing a little bit, because that's all you can do, Hashem says, in my eyes, you guys are going to get the same level of reward. Now, Richard, however, the guy that gave 100,000, if he didn't do it for the sake of God, but when you're doing it for your honor, over here we're going to tell you, the guy who gives less with intent to give for the sake of God is on a higher scale than a person who gave 100,000.
I remember a couple of months ago you mentioned about how two of the tzaddikim, had the same mitzvah, which was to not look at a girl or do something with a girl, right?
Correct.
One of them was able to achieve a much bigger merit than the other. They did the same thing. Why was one able to achieve a higher merit? And I think your answer there was because, correct, it was harder for one and not the other.
Right, but
for some people, it could be really, I know some people that are very cheap. For them to give $1,000, they might have hundreds of thousands sitting or millions sitting in their bank. For them, giving $1,000 is tooth and nail. Versus some people that you and I both know, for them $100,000 to give is nothing. They give because they want to give. So isn't that the meaning behind it?
So the thing is, a person who's stingy in giving money, he will be held accountable, since the money is not his, and God gave it to him as a deposit, as a loan, to do the right thing with it. Why are you holding on to the money? On the contrary, that's his problem. Yeah, if he's able to break it, he has to break himself. But Hashem expects much more from the person who has more. Who has a greater test? A person with money or a person with no money? Again, it's a very tough question. But a rabbi said that it's better, God forbid, to be on the lower end than to be on the higher end, because now you have much more responsibilities to help out the world, to help out the Jewish people. And what do? We use that money for ourselves. Yes, you got it.
Makes sense.
So therefore, the reason why I'm saying this is because it's very important for us to know that whenever it comes to serving God, like in our case, we speak about Shabbat, is how much you can give according to your ability. So whether you're doing a lot or whether you're doing a little bit, Hashem really wants to know that your heart is involved in that mitzvah for the sake of God, right? People can learn, people can do mitzvot, people can pray, they can do a lot of things, not for God's honor. Unfortunately, many people do it for their own honor. I'm going to give you one case. There's when I say a very big rabbi, this guy is able to memorize everything. He has like a photographic memory. When they ask him, why don't you come to Israel? You'll come to Israel, you'll become the next chief rabbi of the whole city of Jerusalem. So you know what he said? You're right, over there I could become a chief rabbi. But over here, the honor that I get, house paid, car, money, I can't leave the luxuries. I do it for the honor. So what people going? But are they going to give me anything? What am I going to do there? So unfortunately, some people, they don't really learn. They really don't do it for the sake of God. Yeah, they might look religious. They might look, black and white and beard. But who says that they're doing it for the sake of God? That's what we're learning over here, that when it comes for a person to do something, make sure you direct it. The reason why you're learning, the reason why you're praying, the reason why you're giving tzedakah, even if it's only $1, you want to do it for the sake of God. You don't ever, God forbid, want to do it for your honor, because when you do it for your honor, the truth is, people don't like to hear this, you lose 90% of the reward that you could have gotten. Yes, it's good, Jigari, let's say, when we collect for the house of Torah, if one guy is going to get up and he's going to motivate, and his intention is to motivate, then that's not a problem. But if his intention is to grandeur himself, that's a very big problem.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, Ron, go ahead, I'm with you.
What about when he's not doing it, not for the sake of his honor, but he's doing it in the sake of his own safety? For instance, you're saying that a big rabbi could potentially move across the world, be a big rabbi, but he risks the safety net that he established in his community. Or a person who has a lot of money in the bank has a lot of bills also that he has to pay.
Correct.
Right? A lot of us here are business owners and we have payroll to make. My wife needs this, my son needs that, blah, blah, blah. I'm responsible for a lot of tzedakah also, right? So if I don't overextend myself, the way it's landed to me, what you're saying is if I don't overextend myself for the sake of Hashem, then potentially I might not be fulfilling the whole thing. But I also can't be unaware of the risks that I put myself in, and then I rely on a miracle to Hashem to get me out.
That's why you're not allowed to overextend yourself, but you have to be a little bit more realistic with yourself. If after everything, right, Baruch Hashem, I don't, let's say you made X amount of money. You were able to pay, the employee, whatever, you're able to pay, your workers, your yeshiva, but you still have, let's say, at the bottom of the line, you have $20,000, $30,000, let's say, left off. From that, how much are you going to give right now?
The general calculation is you make 100,000, you give 10,000 right away.
No, not necessarily. No. When you're saying 100,000, are you speaking about gross or net? What are you speaking about? Not, I made 100,000, I have to go give 10,000. I can't do that. I have expenses. No, I have rent. I have workers. I have this. I have that. I have the supplies.
I calculate everything after make $100,000. I work in real estate. Make $100,000 on the house. My employees in office cost me 30,000, 40,000. I take 60,000 home. 6,000 is right away stuff. 54,000 is left for the family.
Okay, so that's it. So what's the issue? So that's you don't over there. You look, Ron. Ron. Over there they say, Ron.
Ron, you don't have to overextend. Just pay your bills, baby, on time, and that's it. You don't have to overextend.
You're not, Ron. That's Ron.
The foundation of what he's saying.
Ron,
let's pay. Move on. Done.
You're not overextending until you reach 20%. Once you reach 20%, that's when you're overextending. Ron, maybe this is a bad example for, I don't know how much each one, what bracket there is, but, there are people, Baruch Hashem, that even after they give 10 or 20% in their bank account, they're left with another $40 million. So if you come to me and you tell me, give me 50,000, is that really overextending? Give me another 300,000. Is that really overextending? That's not overextending.
Should he feel not guilty? Should he feel guilty?
No. He should not feel guilty if he's already giving up to 20%. If he's giving 20% from 10%. 10% is good, but we would want, it's good. You're not obligated up to 20%. You're not obligated, Ron. But again, Ron, you have to see your own financial situation. If you're even, forget about 40 million. Even if a guy say he's making 7,000, 8,000, he's taking home. Now somebody needs help. By me giving them extra 500,000, big deal. Even after I give my 20%, what's going to happen? Nothing's going to happen. I'm not going to really feel that hit in my pocket.
What about, that's if a person comes up to you and says, what about these emails that we all get?
1 second, Richard.
A woman fell down 14 flights of stairs and 17 children need help now. I get those emails every day. I'm sure everybody does. He's the one who sends them out.
So I'm gonna run.
Those people have insurance, Ron. That's the problem. If you have insurance, then you get
Richard,
let me know.
Richard,
I'll have every personal injury attorney jump over that case.
But it just tell you something.
Go ahead, Richard.
Can I?
Yeah.
This is the most spiritual topic that you've ever covered. Because even though, forget about the money part. I have so many people, they're in different religions, clients of mine, they give tithing.
Right.
Now, if you do something good for someone, sometimes even me, I like to get some credit for doing nice deeds and good deeds for others. I do that a lot, sorry. But when I get more spiritually fit, I'll be able to do for others and not talk about it. But with the gifting of money, Judaism, you guys and helping, beautiful. But if the guy needs to grandstand or let the word out that I just gave $50,000 or $100,000, he's an arrogant. I won't say what he is because I wouldn't have dinner with that guy. So I'm saying you're talking about trying to make us better Jewish men. This is a very important thing that you give within your means. I love what Ron said, and I really like what Michael said and what Ruben said. Yeah, we want to be better within reason. We want to help people, but also charity begins at home. If I ever started to give 10 or 20%, you guys should close down my life right now because my wife would say, how can you do that? What happens if next month you can't pay off bill? So each person makes an individual choice. That's all I want to say. This is a fantastic group discussion. Thank you.
No problem, Richard. Ron, I just want to touch upon what you said. One of the advices when it comes to your financial situation, let's say you have 20,000, 30,000 of maaser to give, correct? You don't want to give that right away. You never want to give that right away. What you want to do is you want to put it aside. So like you just mentioned, when you have people send you an email or somebody comes with a problem over there, you want, okay, how much do you need? I need 3,000. Okay, so you write out a $3,000 check. But you know you have X amount of more money to give out. When it comes towards the end of the year, you really see somebody who needs it and you finish giving them the maaser money. You understand what I'm saying? But if you go and you give, say it again.
On a monthly basis, potentially, if you're supposed to give 10,000 a month, you give 8,000, build a reserve $2,000 per month towards the end of the year, and eventually, if you see somebody who's in urgent need, you give a larger.
Right, but whatever works for you, Ron. Whatever works for you. I've dealt with people. That it's not they're not giving 5,000. We're talking about they're giving in the hundreds, thousands. And also over there, we have to have a balance. We have to know how much he has, and we have to know how much we're giving out because we know people are going to constantly call. Now, to turn down people, it's not good. It's not good to turn down people because if they're coming to you, that means God sent them to you in order for you to help them. If you can help them, send them somewhere else. Direct them somebody else. I'm going to tell you, I was on Sunday. I went to Rabbi Oban, whatever, on Main Street. Richard, you're not going to believe this. So this guy out of nowhere, he comes up to my car. I don't know why he would ever do such a thing to me because whatever. And he pulls his car in front of my car. He stops in the middle. He jumps out and he says, Rabbi, you have to help me. Wait, I said, but you don't know I'm a rabbi. I don't even dress like a rabbi. I don't have no hat. I don't wear black and white. It's very rarely do I do that. I don't even look like a rabbi. I said, how do you know I'm a rabbi? He tells me, you're a rabbi. And he starts speaking to me in Hebrew. He's like, I need money right now. I need money right now. And he gave me a very nice sum. He said, this is how much you need. Fine. I said to him, 1 second, but who sent you? I know people come to me. People do come to me. So I can get them helped or whatever it might be. Right, Jigari? We try to help out people. We try to, like over here, we made this. So what happened, Richard? So I'm telling this guy, so this guy doesn't want to leave so I said, look, I'll make a deal with you. You tell me the guy who sent you to me, I'll give you the sum what you're asking right now. No question. I had money on me. I'll give it to you right now. He said, I can't tell you. I said, why can't you tell me? So I make a phone call to one rabbi because I want to find out if this is legit. The rabbi says, I don't know him. I've never heard of him. I don't know who he is. He might be, he might be cheating you out. Fine. I call another rabbi. Says the same thing. I tell him, look, I don't want to let you go empty-handed. I really want to help you. Just give me the name. So he told me a certain name. I said, I never heard this name in my life. I said, give me his phone number. Let me call him. I called him. He didn't pick up on me. So I saw that somebody now from his car came out from the seat, sat in the driver's seat and drove away. I said, wait, where'd your car just go? Your driver just left you over here. What are you guys, I said, get in my car. I drove after the car. I say, what are you guys two doing? So the guy who's collecting from me, he says, that's the guy who said to come and collect money from you. I tell this guy, tell me, you know me? He says, no, but we were looking for help. So I said, why don't you be honest? I would have helped you right away. You don't have to come and attack me like that. I didn't give him the whole lump sum that he wanted. I helped him out, but I said, come to our shul tomorrow. We'll be able to get you the whole amount of money, whatever you want. I'll be able to get it for you tomorrow. But come tomorrow because I wanted another rabbi to check him out. The bottom line is, I didn't let him go empty-handed. I still helped him. I would have given him the whole thing. I wouldn't mind. I like to help. But not like that. You can't just attack me in the middle of the street.
How much did you give him?
Huh?
How much?
Very little. I mean,
No, what about seriously?
close to two. No, close to two.
$200?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's not about. It's not about how much I gave him. It's about that I really. That day I had money and I really wanted to help. I really wanted to help him. Like in my heart, I'm like, I'm just gonna give him the whole amount right now. Because he's telling me my father needs, my brother's sick, chas v'shalom. And please, all he had to do is just come up and ask for money. I would have given it to him. He didn't have to tell me, you're a rabbi, somebody sent me. By him doing this, because I do have people that run to me, tell me, go speak to this person, we need more money. And they collect. We don't collect 1,000, 2,000. We're collecting in the hundreds, thousands. It's a very big deal for me. I have to know who sends who to me. That's all. But in any event, Rabotai, we just want to see today, I didn't get a chance to do the Musar part, but we want to see today, whatever we do when it comes to serving God, all Hashem wants is our heart to be directed towards Him. So whatever I'm doing, whether I'm doing a lot, whether I'm learning a lot, whether I'm learning a little, in the eyes of Hashem, it's identical as long as we are having intention for the sake of heaven. If you guys have any questions, I'll take it. Richard, I'll see you.
Baruch Hashem, have a nice trip, Rabbi.
Thank you, Richard. Enjoy yourself, Richard.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Spike, before you leave, if anybody needs health insurance, make sure they know who to go to.
Hey, Jack, if you think
Don't call me, guys. Don't call me. Don't call me.
Jack doesn't even know what he's saying, okay?
Rabbi, question for you. And that's what I want us to listen into. If I'm mistaken, isn't it a higher level to give charity altogether, but do it quietly?
Wake up, man.
Correct.
Wake up.
The highest level to give charity when nobody knows who you're giving it to, from where it's coming. Yes, that is the highest level of charity. Correct. You're right, Mike.
Rabbi, can I ask you another question?
Yes.
See, I value, sorry, this is really dangerous to say. I value the time I spend with someone. The time I spend with someone more than the money that I give that person. Even though I'm a moderate earner, I'm not a big shot. And Jack and Ruben know. The time you spend hours a week, Rabbi, with others like us, we're grateful for that. You spend the time. I spend a lot of time with others. That's the way I feel, as though they want my experience in these two areas, and I give it to them. But of course, if you can give with the selfless thought that you don't have to, put your name on a billboard that I gave the rabbis group,
Right.
Of course, but it takes maturity. You got a lot of young, really good Jewish men on this deal. Even Joey Diamond, who I don't know, he's got a good.
Yeah, but Richie, with all jokes aside, anytime you want to donate, we're here to accept it, Richie.
Richie, just to be clear, the time you spend, Richie, with people is a male or females, just so we're on the same page.
No comment.
Richard, I'll tell you like this. Richard, there is a great rabbi by the name of Rabbi Moshe Feinstein, one of the greatest rabbis that lived in the few past generations. He said, just like a person is obligated to give money from how much he makes, a person is also obligated to give some time from himself to other people. It's not necessarily only always money. You also have to give time from yourself to other people also. So what you're doing is also a form of a donation of your time to them, because time is money. There's nothing like time. You can never buy time. Time is basically priceless. So it's a very big thing what you're doing. Guys, if you have any other question, I'll take it. Jigarik, we good or no, Jigarik?
We're very good,
Rabbi. You the man, Rabbi. I just want you the man.
I'll see you, Richard.
Have a nice time in Israel.
Thank you, Richard. Enjoy yourself. I'll see you.
Rabbi,